Hello and welcome to another episode of the Lawn Care Growers Show. My name is Mark Lamberth. I'm your host. Today I'm speaking with Bobby Conley, a lawnmower in Fort Worth, Texas. Bobby, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so I'd love to start just by hearing the services that you provide for your customers here in Fort Worth.
Okay, great. We do lawn maintenance, landscaping, flower bed design. We trim and cut down trees and hedges, and just basically all around, just anything that has to do with landscaping, we can pretty much do it.
Fantastic. So what percentage of the business is on the kind of maintenance side, sort of lawn care, sort of doing working every week or every month on the properties versus kind of project work, doing some, deeper landscape installs and things?
It's mostly, I'd say it's like 80-20, because we do a lot of lawn maintenance, a lot of grass cutting, and we'll do trees and hedges a lot too. But like the landscaping, it takes us away from, like, we have a lot of customers. So I kind of do that like mostly in the fall and the winter, get those projects done. But
Okay.
sometimes I can get some in earlier, but mainly it's just lawn maintenance for the most part.
Gotcha. Okay. And then in Fort Worth, right, in a kind of lower elevation location, not dealing with some of the problems with, they're dealing with up in, way up north in New York or whatever. Do you guys have it's not a 12-month season though, is it? I mean, is it sort of a 10-month season? I mean, you guys do have kind of a slow time in the winter?
Yes, in the winter, we, like I say, we'll do some landscape projects if we have them, and like we do a lot of leaf raking, stuff like that in the winter months. But it's pretty slow on that end. So yeah, it's mostly about 10 months.
Okay. How many people do you have on your team?
Two other guys besides me.
Okay. Great. And so you guys have been doing this since 2017. Curious how you got into the business here.
Well, I did it off and on several years before then, and I kind of liked it. So I said I'll go ahead and start a business in it and see how it goes. And when I started, it just took off, and yeah, we're here now.
I love it. And I'm curious if you have any thoughts on how to kind of grow a business. So we talk with, folks at very early stages of starting a lawn care business. Kind of curious, I mean, if you were starting today and you needed to go out and get your first, say, 15 to 20 customers, what would you do?
I would do some advertising, like get a good online presence, like a website, and do some advertising with some marketing agencies and try to build my customer base.
Okay. Have you done any of that yourself? Kind of, I know you have a
Yes,
website. I didn't know if you had done any kind of like outbound advertising or done kind of stuff on Facebook or any of that.
yes, I've done Facebook, social media marketing, and I started off at first just doing like flyers and passing out business cards. And then as it started growing, I got the website, and it did pretty good for me. And yeah, just other advertising streams, I did those, and it worked out pretty well.
Great. Well, how have you seen the business change here in the last few years? I mean, how did you see anything really change in COVID and now here, totally coming out of COVID, there's been some kind of, shifts in the economy here and there. Have you noticed any of that in your work, or is your work just very, very steady every month and not really affected as much by, the economy or COVID or some of those things?
Well, COVID, it changed.
Yeah,
It
right.
slowed down some because a lot of people were staying home, and some of them were doing their yards, or the neighbors would do it for them.
Mm,
But that was just a little phase we went through. But after that, it just picked up and kind of took off.
uh-huh. I love that. Great. Well, Bobby, I mean, here over the next few years, do you have any plans to grow the business, or you get to a really nice level place where you're at right now?
Yeah, we'll probably expand, and I'm thinking about doing like some irrigation, get my irrigation license, and then just go out there and add that to my repertoire, and because a lot of people have been asking me about it, so I think I'm gonna dive into that.
Interesting. Okay. And we've talked with some lawn care professionals that have talked about kind of the strategy of going and getting kind of lawn care, kind of maintenance level customers, which in some cases are a little easier to get than say like large landscaping customers. But
Right.
to work with those folks in a maintenance fashion for 6 months or a year, and then to start introducing kind of upselling into to higher services, saying, "Hey, we can take care of this landscaping over here. We can do these projects over here. Take care of your trees over here. We can take care of all of it." Would you recommend that, or do you have any thoughts about how that might work? Have you done that yourself?
Yes, the experience that I've had with my business is that we go out and we do a real good job, and then the people say, "Well, hey, can you do something else, or what else you do?" Or like I'll see a tree or something that needs trimming or some hedges. Oh, well, do you need some help with this or that? Because we do that too. And a lot of them say, "Oh, really? Okay. Well, give me a quote on it, and then we'll take it from there." So I get a lot of business like that, other
Mhm.
other projects.
Interesting. And do you always quote like a fixed fee kind of quote on things, or do you charge? Do you have an hourly charge?
It's a fixed rate, but it varies. Just depends on the property. If it's complex, if it's simple, if it's small, it's big. Then I just rate it like that. To give them a price, and it works pretty well.
Sure. Okay. Fantastic. Great. Well, Bobby, if folks are in the Fort Worth area and are looking for a great lawn maintenance company to work with, what are some of the best ways to get in touch with you?
They can reach me on my website, which is lawnmower.biz. And they usually go on Google Maps or something. People find me there. And my phone number is 682-466-2976. I get a lot of calls from that. And then from my advertising people I have working for me, they give me a lot of leads.
Love it. Great. Well, I've taken a lot of notes here, Bobby. Really appreciate you being on the show. If you're listening to this and you're looking for a great landscape lawn care company to work with in Fort Worth, get in touch with Bobby. His phone number is 682-466-2976. Or you can find them on their website, which is lawnmore.biz. And so that's lawn and then MORE,
Correct.
lawnmore.biz. Great. Fantastic, Bobby. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today and sharing your experience running the company.
Okay, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.